Thank you for attending the 2020 National Runaway and Homeless Youth Grantees Training. Please welcome to the stage Risa Matthew, Director of the Division of Adolescent Development and Support at the Family and Youth Services Bureau.
And welcome to our final session of this year's annual RHY Grantees Training. This year, I have the honor of introducing our Artistic Expression winner. Each year, the Family and Youth Services Bureau holds an artistic expression contest to provide an opportunity for youth to share their talents, passion, and vision through creative expression. RHY grantees engage young people in submitting their work in the contest, and the winners announced each year at this National RHY Grantee meeting. This year's contest theme, The Power of Resiliency, could not be more relevant. Youth in our RHY programs have faced additional challenges through the pandemic and the economic crisis this year. However, despite these obstacles, young people continue to use their voice and talents to make a difference in the world around them. Next slide, please. Next slide. FYSB's 2020 Artistic Expression Award goes to Mariana Chavez. In her painting, The Journey, Mariana highlights 3 words of encouragement: beauty, love, and respect in the path to resilience. In Mariana's essay, she challenges us to see that where you come from or what you go through doesn't define who you are or where you're going in life. Next slide. So please join me in congratulating Mariana in receiving this year's award. Although unfortunately she's not able to be here with us today, Mariana shared an essay to describe her painting that we would like to share with you. So Mariana, I hope I do your essay justice. Next slide. The Journey. In this painting, I drew a girl with an afro and a story being told in it. My story is that nobody can depict your path or where you're going in life. It's all up to you and how you want to handle things. Sometimes things can happen in life that you can't control because they're out of your hands, but you can always work around it and prove people wrong. My story is about a girl who was bullied and she was told she wasn't going anywhere in life, but she proved them wrong. She went to school, she studied real hard, and she got her diploma. She also got married and had a family. Nobody can tell you that you can't, what you can and can't be in life, because at the end of the day, it's all up to you. If you want to listen to them and let them control your future, or you can do what you have to do and prove them wrong and be the best you that you can be. I included 3 words of encouragement that goes with this girl's story. The first one is beauty. People need to understand that beauty isn't only on the outside, it's also on the inside as well. The girl was told she wasn't pretty enough to have a husband, but she proved everyone wrong when she got married and started a family. She stepped out of her comfort zone and believed in herself that she was beautiful and was confident that she could do anything and graduated high school. Everyone is beautiful and unique in their own way. With beauty comes confidence. You have to believe that you're beautiful, and you should tell yourself that you are every single day. People might tell you otherwise, but their statement doesn't matter. It's all about what you think, and it doesn't define who you are. People may say rude things that they think will bring you down, but you have to say to them, I will always love myself, and nothing you say will ever change that. The second word of encouragement is love. Yourself no matter what happens. At the end of the day, you're the only person that will never leave your side. You're always going to have yourself, and the only one that truly knows yourself the best. You have to love yourself first before you can share that love with anyone else. The girl learned that she couldn't be with a guy because she didn't know how to love herself first. So how could she love anyone else? She worked on learning how to love herself by doing self-care and studying real hard to be where she wanted to be in life. to be at a place where she was happy and knew she was content with herself. She learned that love grows and develops over time. Love comes from the heart, and nobody can tell you how to love somebody. You just have to know or do what you feel is the right way to show them that you care about them. The last word I put is respect. You should always respect yourself. As women, we should always treat ourselves with respect and make sure people respect us. People may bring us down and hurt us, but we have the strength to come back 10 times stronger and smarter. The students in the school didn't respect the girl and always made fun of her, that she wasn't going anywhere in life. She used that negativity as motivation. She was determined to prove them wrong and be the best version of her she could be. This painting is my definition of resilience. I feel like where you come from or what you go through doesn't define who you are or where you're going in life. Everyone goes through something, and nobody has what we call a perfect life. People need to understand that nobody should be denied any opportunities that will benefit them just because they have trauma or have done something wrong. Nobody's perfect, and everyone deserves a chance to improve themselves. The girl is like a rose growing out of the concrete. Nobody thought she was going to go anywhere in life, but look at her now. She proved them wrong and grew into a beautiful, strong young lady that started from humble beginnings. So I say, how powerful are those words from this one young lady? And on behalf of the Family News Services Bureau, I want to express my appreciation for Mariana's representation of resilience and the encouraging words she shared. Next slide, please. Mariana's piece was submitted by Anchor House in Trenton, New Jersey. And so a thank you to Anchor House and to all the other RHY grantees who supported youth in developing and submitting artistic pieces for the contest. Next slide. You can view Mariana's piece and all of the other artistic expression contest entries in the expo space at any time during this event. Thank you, Kristen. And so, wow, thank you again, Dr. Burgess, for your wonderful, what I would call pedagogical closing keynote. You've taught me the new concept of legacy leadership. I think that one of the things that's always resonated with me is paying it forward. And so I've always embraced that, and I've taught both my adult children that. You talk about your village, and we hear the adage, it takes a village to raise a child. But based on your presentation today, I think I'm going to change that as well. It takes a village to transform a child, because I think transformation is so much more powerful than transactional. So thank you very much for that wonderful closing keynote. And for each of our participants, I hope each of you had a great virtual training. Even though we couldn't meet in person this year, the training, as always, has been an incredible opportunity for sharing and learning experiences. And so on behalf of Commissioner Darling and Deputy Associate Commissioner Debbie Powell, I extend my gratitude to all of you for making this such a tremendous event. Thank you to our keynote speakers, to all of our presenters, our exhibitors, and our crucial partners at RHY who designed and carried out this critical event for our RHY grantee community. And last, but definitely not least, the federal staff. From the 4 managers to each of the 23 federal project officers, to include those in central office in the regions, who I believe serve as a scaffolding for this particular program. I have been attending this training for the past 8 years, and I always leave inspired by the work your organizations are doing in your communities to make a significant difference in the lives of youth experiencing homelessness. The plenary speakers and workshops this week are a testament and a tribute to the broad range of issues, strategies, and methods that fall under the banner of RHY services. We have participated in virtual workshops, in networking sessions, and heard presentations on trauma-informed care, human trafficking, social capital, the power and importance of the youth voice, and more. We've heard about new approaches, lessons learned, and grantees' innovations and successes, especially in the light of the pandemic. We've heard from researchers, funders, frontline workers, and the full spectrum of care and support the young people we serve deserve and receive in your programs. Most importantly, we've heard about the science and the positive impact of hope and inspirational and motivational messages about the power of resiliency in the face of adversity. And we know that a lot of young people have experienced that this year. As you know, this year's national training theme is Building Futures of Hope for Runaway and Homeless Youth. Knowing that 2020 has been like no other, it was critically important for the Family and Youth Services Bureau to promote hope and resiliency as tools for dealing with this year's challenges. We know and are so grateful for the innovative ways that you have addressed these challenges while continuing to serve and reach vulnerable youth, but while also practicing self-care. This year's message could not be clearer. You give young people hope and offer a chance to get them on the right trajectory to succeed. And so together, we strengthen and sustain a nationwide partnership to help vulnerable young people successfully transition from youth to adulthood. Every one of you is dedicated to ensuring that runaway and homeless youth forge a strong sense of their self-worth and overcome trauma and really set a path towards hope, health, and independence that is bolstered by many positive relationships, as we heard from Dr. Burgess. And although I wish we could have been together this year, but despite connecting through this virtual environment, we've learned about many ways your programs are responding to the needs and aspirations of young people in your communities. And so on behalf of the Family and Youth Services Bureau, thank you again for joining us this week. And I pray each of you stay safe and healthy. I look forward to seeing you next year for the 2021 annual RHY Grantees training, whether it's virtual or in person. And I will now turn it over to Deputy Associate Commissioner Debbie Powell for some closing remarks as well. Debbie?
Thank you so much, Risa. Good afternoon. We made it. It's the end of the RHY Training 2020. Hopefully the training was so good that today is just bittersweet for you that it's over. And so I want to thank you for your participation and your attendance at this training. And I'm very hopeful that you've heard something or learned something or been inspired by something that gets you excited and thinking about how to integrate what you've heard into your programs. I felt inspired by the opening and closing keynote speakers. To hear it reinforce that we are the mud and straw for the youth we serve, that our jobs as the mud and the straw, as that caring adult in the life of a homeless youth is so very essential to building their self-esteem, to building their belief in themselves, that they should dream, that they should hope, and they have a caring adult in their lives to help them do that. Your quality, caring relationships in their lives is so very important that these relationships have been deemed a protective factor. I know it can feel like a huge responsibility, but you prove every day that you stay doing this work, that you are dedicated to improving the outcomes of homeless youth. And we at the federal level, thank you for that. Thank you for your partnership, because without you, the work could not be done. Your responsibility that you carry out very well, based on what I have seen from Mariana's story, that you support their dreams. I thank again Mariana, even though she's not here with us, for sharing her dreams, for sharing her vision, for sharing her hope. And I also thank you, RHY organizations, for encouraging and supporting and giving youth the space to use art and other forms of expression to tell their story. Sometimes their story is not always about trauma, and they have to understand whatever their story is, we embrace their story. It's our responsibility to help the youth we serve believe it's okay to dream. Not just the youth that we serve, it's okay to dream, but also you, the workers at the local level. It's okay to dream. It's okay to have vision. Youth should not be ashamed or afraid to dream. And thank you for helping us to convey to the youth that we serve that dreams can be a reality. And thank you for walking that right beside them to help them make their dreams a reality. Remember from the opening speaker that hope begets hope. I'm more energized than ever, more motivated than ever to do all I can do in my authority to make sure that we at the federal level are doing all we can do to support you, to support youth. That's why it's so very important that you complete your evaluations. It's not too late. So please complete your evaluations. Tell us what you liked. Tell us what you didn't like. Tell us how to improve for next year. I'm hoping I'll see you next year in person. I really enjoy talking with you, meeting with you face to face. So this is not goodbye. We're always here. Whenever you need us, pick up the phone, call your project officers, call your program managers, whatever you need. The conference doesn't stop us always thinking about how we can help you do your work. So please, please call your project officers. If you haven't heard from them for a while, give them a call. They want to hear from you. And first and foremost, take care of yourself. Make self-care your priority. And I look forward to seeing you next year in person. Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie and Risa, for those closing remarks. And thank you to Dr. Burgess for such an inspiring closing keynote. Wow, what a week at the 2020 National Runaway and Homeless Youth Grantees Training. This is the largest RHY Grantees training ever. And this is also the first time that the event has been virtual. And we've received so much positive feedback on the ability for over 1,500 of you to connect with your colleagues and participate in this event space. My name is Meredith Hicks, she, her pronouns, and I am the Director of System Improvement and Youth Homelessness for Youth Collaboratory. As part of my role, I am the Director of RHY, the Runaway and Homeless Youth Training and Technical Assistance Center. Youth Collaboratory is now operating RHY in partnership with Chapin Hall. A lot of you or your organizations are already familiar with Youth Collaboratory. For those of you who are less familiar, I want to share a quick introduction of what we're all about and what you can expect from RHY moving forward. Youth Collaboratory provides high quality, highly regarded technical assistance. We have a demonstrated history of success in unearthing local, we have a demonstrated history of success in unearthing local innovation and elevating effective practices. We have a broad understanding and deep connection to local providers and communities. We are thrilled to bring FYSB grantees into our partnership. Our multi-issue holistic approach reflects the diverse experiences of youth and young adults and gives us the ability to make connections across issues, fields, networks, and federal programs. What you'll experience with us is an authentic, collaborative, and relationship-based approach to the work. As we head into Thanksgiving week, I get the joyful job of extending gratitude to everyone who helped make this national training a success. And I want to start by extending tremendous gratitude to the entire Youth Collaboratory team, including our Youth Catalyst team consultants. As Dr. Burgess was describing the 7 promises, our team embodies all of these, and I hope that you experience these at the national training this week. So they embody gratitude, faith, love, vision, integrity, creative action, and legacy. I also have gratitude for our federal partners, including our program manager, Chris Holloway, and our project officer, Tiana Williams, among others. And of course, you, the FYSB grantees and national training participants, speakers, and exhibitors. Over 1,500 of you participated and helped make this national training a success. And contrary to this tech support headset look, it was not me behind the scenes, but rather the team at Catapult who helped us host over 80 different sessions, including workshops, networking events, general sessions, regional meetings, an interactive expo, and more. So thank you to the tremendous Catapult team behind the scenes. And even though the national training is now over, the learning does not stop here. I hope that you will follow up on something new that you've learned this week or a connection with a colleague. And while it may feel like we are operating in a time of stress and scarcity, I hope you also see the abundance of support all around you. Call in others on your team, young people in your programs, community leaders, your project officers, and the staff at RHY to help you keep learning, growing, and being responsive to the emerging needs in your community. RHY is here to support you through training and technical assistance. Our website has many available resources, and soon select recordings from the national training will be posted on our YouTube channel. Please stay tuned for more training opportunities in the new year. We also need your help. You all are the subject matter experts, and we need you as staff, as young people, and community leaders to help us design new resources that best meet the needs and realities in your communities. So in closing, I want to thank the over 1,500 of you for making this a memorable and meaningful week at the 2020 National Runaway and Homeless Youth Grantees Training. Be well, take care of each other, and thank you for participating.